I have been in exile for 6 months now. And to be quite honest, okay, yeah, I'm not even in character mode. What am I talking about? Get this off. Thank you. Don't need this cloak anymore. Honestly, if I think about it, this stuff should be only used to promote Hunter Bane, who is gone, so doesn't matter anymore. Awesome. What is up, Optimistic Army? I don't even know your name anymore. Forgot. Back when I first went into exile, I renamed us the Optimistic Empire. It's amazing how much time passes and you completely forget about things. Oh, well. Anyway, I guarantee you guys are probably confused. Some of you are not confused, but most of you probably just want to know, where the hell has Christian Maracle been this whole time? Well, to let you guys know, this whole idea of doing another series came from a real-life experience. A real-life experience that I had when I was at WrestleMania in Orlando. I don't think I've told many people this, but when I was at WrestleMania in Orlando, well, let's just say there was a crazy psycho fan who wanted to follow me everywhere I went, who thought that he was part of my actual personal life. And no, I'm not talking about Grimm's Toy Show. No, he was never an obsessed fan. He's just a guy whose ass I have to kick one day. Now you're watching this, man. If you're not, well, still, screw you. Anyway, and so it took a while before I managed, thank God it was at WrestleMania so that I could lose the guy in the crowd. But at the same time, the guy said stuff like, I want to follow you, I want to get to know your family, I want to probably move in with you, something like that, because I'm a huge fan of you, man. And just like hearing things like that was enough to freak me the hell out. Enough that I would think that my family was being put in danger because of Super Psycho fans. And thus, click, an idea popped into my head. And this was when I was currently doing the Hunter Bane series. I wanted to try something else. I wanted to spread a new message. Because, you know, the point of the Hunter Bane series was that, you know, everybody has a dark side. Everybody has darkness in them. Everybody fights darkness within themselves. For this case, the Exiled series, I wanted to try something different. Like, I thought to myself, I've got like I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers. I still got a couple thousand more to go, but I'm almost there. Let's get to that. Let's get there right now, actually. Anyway, I had actually thought to myself, you know, there's guys who have like millions of subs, millions of fans, and I guarantee there's a lot of people who deal with stuff like celebrities. They deal with paparazzi. They deal with psycho-obsessed fans who hang out at their house all the time, and that's just not appropriate. That ain't cool. But to be honest, I came up with this idea that my character would be not thinking properly, and he decides to put himself into exile, or something like that. Put himself into exile away from the rest of the world. Came up with this idea that he had the ability to vanish, like it was first shown in the Christmas video in 2017. Of course, like, my character decided to do that as a way to fool his friends and family into thinking he was here or there, or that maybe he was anywhere. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh well. Anyway, so he did that, and after the Royal Rumble in Philadelphia, I thought that was the perfect time to launch the big moment. The video I created entitled Goodbye, where I had said goodbye to the Optimistic Empire, like physically, that you would not be seeing my physical form. That was so my character could go into exile for the next 6 months. And since I knew I was going to the Royal Rumble with my brother Josh, I wanted to try and get him involved in the series as well, and that's what I did. So what I did was I decided to tell him, like in that same video, I was like, dude, I was never actually in Philadelphia. This is just an apparition, a transparent spirit of myself. and then I vanished on that same video, never to be seen again. And from that point forward, Josh is right now, actually, he used to be Republic Game, and now he's Long Neck Josh. I like it. He's got a long neck. Kind of like me. Okay, no, I don't have a long neck. Anyway, so he did a really good job at playing his part, because afterwards, like, we made no references to each other on Twitter or any form of social media. I never asked him to be in the Sinfinity War. You know, I call the Sinfinity War as a parody to Avengers Infinity War from WrestleMania 34, because I had so many massive names from the wrestling YouTube community come forth for that occasion. But the one person who was never asked was Josh, and that's because we decided it's showing more signs that Christian Maracle is trying to avoid him at all costs. There have been times where I've been mentioned to Josh on Twitter, and he has responded with a lot of hate. There was times where he didn't follow me anymore. He didn't follow me anymore because we decided to go through this phase where, in storyline, we don't speak with each other. We're not on good terms. We're not on speaking terms. But then again, just because we're not on speaking terms and he doesn't like me anymore, and doesn't want to be a friend of mine anymore, just because that happened does not mean that he didn't care anymore. I'll just let you guys know that the finale you watched, where I'm actually shown in exile, the entire thing was shot from my point of view. That's why you did not see me until the very end, because the whole thing was shot from Christian Maracle's point of view. Josh went ahead, sent a video saying that I was selfish for what I did, and then he sent a compilation of two friends of mine, Reister Ryan from the Losers Lounge podcast, which got relaunched while I was in exile. That's a first. That's awesome. And then afterwards, there was a friend of mine, close friend of mine from Manitoba. His name's Cullen, but he's known on YouTube as Lestat. Used to be known Lestat Vlogs and Skitstat, but now he's just Lestat. Stat. There's a lot of stats in it, I'll tell you that. What I will tell you guys is the way the series ended was actually not the original way it was going to end. Like, when it came to the Hunterbane series, I always knew that I was going to shoot and kill him at the end. But at the end of this series, the original plan was for it not to be a 4-part episode finale. It was going to be an actual full-length movie. It was going to be a full-length movie shot in Manitoba. I mentioned on my YouTube and my social media before that I was originally going to be in Manitoba at the start of July. That didn't happen due to scheduling conflicts from the other side. So a friend Cullen, who I've known for a few years now, and his friend Joel, who I've also gotten to know for a few years, we came up with this idea that these two, since they had never really been featured on my channel, except for Cullen when he gave me that Get Well video for the jaw surgery, we decided that we'd create a majority of the film there, that they'd play. Cullen plays the guy who is a massive fan of mine, and Joel plays the guy who has never heard of me. He put them guys together, and they eventually find this. They find the hat that was last shown at the start of this year when I threw it to the ground. But anyway, they find the hat, and eventually it comes to, they find Christian Maracle, who's in exile and doesn't want to be disturbed anymore, and tries to shoot them off, but eventually they find a way to convince him to come back, especially through Josh. So everybody who you've seen, they've all had an important role to this series. The big message, of course, is it's okay to be scared of things. It's okay to be scared that you're going to get stalked or followed all the time, bothered all the time by people who are obsessed with you, and that stuff happens in life. It does. But running away is not going to help, because running away is just going to leave your family vulnerable. And my character didn't realize it until 6 months later when Cullen told him, think about your mom. She's probably worried sick about you. So Christian runs back home, finds his mother, who's actually not so much worried about him because she always knew that he would come back. That's what you call a really, really interesting motherly instinct. Not that bad. And so Christian came home, apologized to his mom, apologized to Josh. They went on good terms. What's going to happen next? We'll soon see. That's how the series concludes. And, honestly, I would have my mom actually standing here with me right now, discussing what she thought about the series. But when I came home, I couldn't find her. And, there was, a big mess out on the front porch. So, I found her phone and book amongst a pile of ashes. So, I didn't know what it was. So, I just, I got the vacuum cleaner out. I vacuumed up the ashes and I threw it in the garbage. But haven't heard from my mom since. She's probably out somewhere. Probably had to take care of something really quickly. I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, that was the Exiled series. It's not as good as the Hunter Bane series. I'll tell you guys that. Even I admit it. It's not as good as the Hunter Bane series. It was kind of a little confusing because it wasn't there all the time. Whereas the Hunter Bane series, it was there all the time. But that was actually the point. The point was to forget about it. The point was to forget that I was in exile because I posted so many Sin videos and podcast episodes and other types of content. I posted all that, but never once had I revealed my face up until the end of the Exiled series. Well, but that's all over now. The Exiled series is over. Christian freaking Maracle is back on camera. The hat's back on my head. And a brand new shirt is here. Sin. Remember Daniel Bryan's yes. It's copyright infringement. Get it? Woo! All this you can find on twopublic.com/miracleshop. Link in the description right now. So, in the meantime, as the question Josh had asked me at the end of the series, what are you going to do now? Well, here's what's going to happen, guys. From this point going forward, I don't have any plans for another series anytime soon because I'm a little worn out now. I'm a little worn out from telling stories. I'm going to tell stories again in the future, even to those who don't like the stories and they're just here for the Sin videos. I'm still going to do it. I'm sorry. That's what I do. But in the meantime, the Sin videos are going to continue. Vlogs are coming back. Possible reaction videos are coming back too, because I remember I did a couple Try Not to Laugh challenges and I did a few other content videos. That was on the Life of Maracle channel, which by the way has not had a video in 8-9 months, something like that. I don't know. That's because honestly, that channel's gonna still be there, but I don't see myself posting on that anytime soon. You can still look back on all the memories from that channel though, because that has the conclusion of the Hunter Bane series. My trip to Orlando and my Virginia Beach vacation. I still like looking back on my other videos because, it's like memories. Trigger of memory, I like it. In the meantime, same stuff's going on. Still going to do Sin videos, still going to do podcasts, going to add in vlogs. I'm going to Vancouver in August, which is obviously coming up in a couple weeks. In a couple weeks, some point in the middle of August, I'm going to be in Vancouver visiting family. I'm going to talk about more of that in a later video. But in the meantime, you guys just sit back and enjoy the rest of the content. Let's get Christian Maracle to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. That'd be great. If it doesn't come by the end of the summer, oh, who fucking cares? It's going to happen anyway. In the meantime, don't forget to be optimistic, show your optimism, and think optimistically. I forgot the rest of my catchphrase. It's been so long. It's been months. But that's okay, though. It'll come back to me when it does. So, I'll catch you guys in the next video. And for now, I'm going to call my mom, ask her where the hell she is. Oh, wait, her cell phone was among this, so, where the hell is she?